All right, here we go. Once again, back at the PASA.
The PASA.
The Progressive Auto Sales Arena. And, well, we got a few interesting things to talk about. Of course, the Sarnia Sting coming off 2 games in a row here. We'll hopefully see a third one here this afternoon against the Kitchener Rangers.
That would be awesome.
The last 2 games, I think if I were to put them in a category of wow, I think that would be fair, because I think there were some
fair enough
unexpected plays and things that happened there. Fortunately with them, I mean, coming out 10-6, and then Friday, of course, 6-5 in overtime, which was, I don't know that anybody really likes to go to overtime, but that was a great overtime, and to finish it off in the first few minutes was a great goal.
Well, you know what, and those are the games where it's good to be a fan.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Some people left early and they're disappointed.
Yeah, they take you, it's that roller coaster ride of emotion. Oh, we're down again. Wow, yes, we scored.
They scored again.
It's awesome.
That's what makes it for a great sport, too, right?
Sure,
in the beginning of it. There's a lot of factors going on. But here we are again against the Kitchener Rangers, and I think both of these teams, when they've ever played each other, have been hungry. They're both in a position of, well, I would say every team is in a position, but some more than others are in a position
We're close in the league, right?
Right. We've just got to keep winning games.
Yeah.
Now, is it possible? We've got, I think we said the other day, like, hi guys, about 13 home games. We're a few into that now. Just in March, I think maybe 16 or 17 total. Is it possible for the Sarnia Sting at this point to keep winning games all through at least March?
I mean, I think the possibility's there, but I think, they're going to have to dig deep and find, sort of that little bit of a missing element that has sort of eluded them a little bit.
What's that missing element you're referring to?
Well, I think it's that, it's that ability to turn the game around when you're behind.
Yeah.
We can't play any more games where, we give up at being down 2 or 3 goals. I think we got to turn around and dig deep and find a way to change the game and to turn it in our favor. And I think, I think we do have that skill set. I think it's just a matter of they have to be consistent with it. It has to just keep happening.
All right, fair enough. Now, let's talk about Anson Thornton, of course, last game here. He did just an amazing job.
Phenomenal.
Started off, played the whole game, even at certain times where I think there was a couple times where he kind of felt hurt. I don't mean like in a major way. I think he just, like, he got beat up with pucks,
Well, there wasn't a lot of support. And I mean, and that honestly has probably been one of the biggest challenges for the Sting over the season.
We're letting our goalies win the games?
Well, we've had some great goalies. I mean, oh my goodness. You look 10, 12 years ago, we had a guy named Rob Gerson, and he was a phenomenal goalie. I mean, we've had goaltenders who, they play for the Sting, and you're thinking that they're not doing their job, but they're facing 40, 50 shots. They go from our team to another team.
Justin Fazio,
and all of a sudden, Fazio is a great example. I mean, he's a great goalie. But I'm thinking of people like, Parker Van Buskirk and stuff like that. He leaves here, as a reasonable goalie. And he gets to another team, and he's not facing nearly as many shots, and he's a superstar.
Right.
I mean, I think Sarnia trains and breaks goalies, I think, and that's, and that's hard. I think it ends up being, it's trying to find that defensive play that works, and right now, I mean, our defense is taking a beating. Okay. It's not all on the guys that are left or anything like that, but, our defense is taking a beating. We got a bunch of guys out that are on our defense, and so they've been scrambling to make something happen, and I think that's hard, and we've seen that year after year after year. So and coach after coach after coach. So
Right.
I'm not sure. It's not really the players. It's not really the coaching. It's not really It's just some weird manifestation of
Okay.
doom. I
Now
guess. I don't know.
we're getting into crystal balls and stuff.
Exactly.
Let's talk about our starting lineup here tonight. Nolan Burke, Ty Voigt, Marco Sekic, and Lexi Davio and Ethan Ritchie. And Nolan DeGursey, notably, off tonight from an injury. He took a hard hit and when he played against Windsor.
Scrambled his melon, yeah.
And I think it was just kind of bad timing, really, just kind of the way it took it, right? And he was there. But anyway, he's off. And, of course, Nolan Dillingham, notably, is still off as well. I don't think we're going to see him back.
That hurts. Both of those hurt, for sure.
Yeah, big time. Well, for a couple of reasons. We talk a lot about leadership and just player ability out there on the ice, right? So we'll see what that replaces.
But, I mean, let's talk about that. I think, right now, I think the Voigt-Sikic pairing has that's produced some goals for us in the past. I like that one. I really like the Felak and Theo Hill pairing.
Yeah.
That has been really productive for us down the road.
And how do you feel about this? Ethan Ritchie and Alexi Davio.
Well, you know what? I mean, I love Ethan Ritchie. I think
Ethan Ritchie likes scoring.
Yeah, but he's also, he's a right place, right time guy, and I really like the way he's been playing.
You got some new fans over here.
We
Hi.
do.
How are you?
But I like the way Richie's been playing. He's a stand-up kind of guy, and he does play pretty decent defense.
And for defense to be scoring as many goals as he has.
Well, you know what?
What does that say?
We've had forward-playing defensemen in the past.
Yep.
And I just think it's a dangerous game we play doing that. We need to be relying on our forwards and our centers for a lot more goal production and relying less on our defense. But, I can't say anything necessarily bad against Ritchie because even when he does kind of carry the puck into the forward zone and stuff, when he needs to be on that blue line, he's on that blue line. And he's actually making a lot of goals from far out.
Yeah.
From
which
top
I know
of the circle,
that's something you're a fan of that, right?
I am, let's put some pucks on the net. And frankly, Ethan's one of those guys that can do it. I like it. So.
And let's get those, we'll go back to, we've talked a few times, but I think it's important to continue the conversation about the young fellas stepping up into this game.
Absolutely.
They've done fantastic. And now we see, again, Owen McDonald been signed.
Easton Wainwright,
right.
Yeah, 100%.
And these are
Harper,
are the guys that have been put out onto the power play positioning as well, which, for the most part, has improved the Sarnia Sting power play.
Well, and I think because, one of the things that each of these guys brings to the game so far appears to be a lot of speed.
Right.
Like they're up-tempo players, and I think that's one of the things that the rest of the team can learn from them. Is we have to push that tempo. And, it's unfortunate that our young guys are the guys that are actually doing the job of pushing the tempo where, we need to be having our more senior guys that are left right now pushing that speed and being first.
The two
to the
that
puck.
are there, or three, whatever, yeah.
Because I got to tell you, the one play that frustrates me beyond belief is the dump and stand.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Here you go.
Or dump and chase. You dump it in the forward zone. But, the thing is with that particular play, if you're going to be effective with that, is that you dump it, chase it, but we got to get first to the puck.
We got to pick it up, yeah.
If we're not first to the puck, it's a turnover, and you dump and turnover.
And that's that speed thing you're
bad.
talking about, right? And, and we've seen that, and I want to say it was against Flint, a little back there a little bit, where, and I talked about this the other day, where our guy is behind our net, got the puck, trying to check out his options, and next thing you know, Flint's standing there. They're not standing there. They're like, I'm not waiting for you to make up your mind. They're like
Exactly.
in there, and the guy's like, oh.
Yeah.
This isn't
I should probably.
This isn't a sports etiquette thing where I have to let you make up your mind when you come out of that net. And they were chasing us hard in there, and
100%.
And we got caught off guard. We've been caught off guard several times in that same position behind the net.
Yeah.
I get that positioning. You're behind the net. It's like, okay.
Well, and
you're looking each other in the eye and going, "This is the play, guys,"
Yeah.
and then away we go. But you got to move. You don't have that much time to think about it.
And we can't overload behind the net either. I mean, that's one of the things that we're doing.
We've seen lots of people behind that net. The other day,
three
you
or
mentioned
four of our players
four guys behind the net.
Yeah,
Why?
There's
nobody to pass the puck to.
Nope.
This isn't a bully situation.
That's
right?
absolutely, because I mean, that's where you got to take that more of a soccer approach, right? You got to spread out. You got to have someone to pass to. Otherwise, soccer is just boring.
Well, the guy's looking for options, and there aren't any. Right?
Exactly.
So that's okay. Very good. Well, we've been pretty hard. We've been pretty hard on this thing in the last few days or whatever, but there is a lot of positives on this team as well.
Sure, 100%.
There's a lot of skill set there. We're seeing the young guys step up, and maybe this is a timing for them to work on coming into leadership roles maybe into the next season.
Let's hope so.
And
Absolutely.
because we're going to lose some players, as we do every year, coming into the next season as well. What that looks like is hard to say at this point. And then, of course, then we get into draft season and trading again and all that sort of stuff that goes on. And are we seeing a lot of, we talked about Coach Letang, who's very straightforward, speaking coach to the players and being realistic to the media about what's happening out on that ice. Are we seeing anything? Are we seeing some individualism out there? Too much of it? I mean, that always happens. Like, look at me. They know the scouts are watching. But we've really got to, and you mentioned it the other day, we need more of a team aspect here.
Yeah. And Dave, the short answer to that is yes. Yeah. I think.
Why are we lacking that?
Well, the hard part is that, when you get down as a team, the danger is to turn around and say, okay, I can fix this. I'm going to go out there and I'm just going to, exactly.
Right.
And you get that individual thinking. But the problem with that is that it takes a team to win.
Right.
And it takes people doing their jobs in order to, to put together a cohesive, team win.
Right.
And I think that, do we have a couple of, hot dogs out there? And I think the answer is yeah. And I think that, it gets easier to be the hot dog when you know that there's, scouts in the stands and you know that you're down in the game and you're looking to be that hero,
Right.
And
we don't need heroes. We've got lots of those out there.
We don't need those stinking heroes. Yeah, no, absolutely.
We've got lots. By the way, speaking of which, two things. Speaking of heroes, totally off topic. Nobody will care. Jennifer and I last night went and saw the Batman.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And?
Just go. Just go.
Really?
Just go. It's definitely not like Batman and Robin back in our day, or and it's not the original Batman. It's the dark side of it all, but man, is it ever good. And just when you think it's over, it keeps going. It's a great movie.
Okay.
That's number one off topic. Number two off topic, happy birthday to our friend Matt McNeil. He's one of the announcers, the walk around the concourse
Big Bad
announcers.
Matt.
Big Bad Matt. The real deal, Matt McNeil.
The real deal, Matt McNeil.
And I got word
absolutely.
that it's his birthday. I don't know how old he is. It doesn't matter. He's younger than me, I know that.
He's younger than you. Way younger than me.
Right. And also I got to give a shout out to Nancy. Nancy and Theo are celebrating their 52 years of marriage. So congratulations to them as well. All right, we're about 10 and a half minutes away. We're going to let my friend Jay Peckham get to his seat and get his popcorn or whatever he does to get ready for the game. Again, tonight this afternoon, I should say, against the Kitchener Rangers. Both of these teams hungry. We'll talk about what happens at the end of the first period. and, of course, the post-game press conference
Yes, we
later
will.
this afternoon as well. Okay, that's it for now. I'm David Burrows on behalf of my friend Jay Peckham.
Go Sting, go!